pitch but off the pitch as well. So, yeah, it's a big blow.
Joshua Laws came in for him in the first half against MacArthur. It was solid. There's Naboots into the path of Berengay. And Naboots with the outside of the boots, not far away. That was curling back in. Good effort from Andrew Naboot.
Well, we remember a very famous goal from this guy at Spotless Stadium, I think for Newcastle. It was one of the goals, I think it might have been goal of the season, when he hit one with the outside of his boot. Clever from Berengay into the top corner. And he was looking for the same kind of strike there, but just a little bit underneath it with the outside of the boot and sailed.
Yeah, many would have gone with the left on that occasion. Andrew Naboot looking to catch out Oliver Sale. That's getting a bit of Glover. That back pass from Roston Griffiths. Dealt with it well, Raish. Atkinson under pressure. Did well to get out of a tight situation. A bit of friendly fire there from Berengay. We seem to have had more Dartmouth action in the first 5 minutes here than we did for most of last week. Let's hope it continues. Griffiths. Roofer intercepts. It's prodded forward again by Curtis Good on that occasion. Here's Griffiths. Looking for the killer pass. Not quite coming off at the moment.
They're looking to feed that ball into Metcalf and they close off the passing lanes. Wellington.
Spun wide to Naboot. He skipped past McGarry here. James McGarry wasn't sure where he was going. Very bright opening from both sides in Wollongong. Here's Atkinson getting to the byline. Chance here, still going Atkinson. Decent run this. And the drive is goalwards, and it wasn't far away from Griffiths. Always rising, but a fierce strike nonetheless.
And that's what it was, always rising. He's hit it sweetly, but it rose quickly as well. Real decent half chance there for Roston Griffiths. Super work from Atkinson on the right-hand side. How we got past these defenders here. I don't think Vitello would be too happy with ball and Lewis there. Then cuts back inside and rolls it back. Possibly for Berengay, but it was Roston Griffiths that struck it and struck it well.
Melbourne City usually are all or nothing. 8 wins and 5 losses from their 13 matches this season. Discussing off air just before kickoff, Robbie, it's very unusual that a team goes this far into the season without a draw.
Yeah, it is, and I'm sure the neutrals won't want to draw, so...
Unless it's a very high-scoring one.
Yes, exactly.
Here's Laws. Ball goes backwards to McGarry. Laws again. No real press from City's front three at the moment. Happy to let Joshua Laws play with it here and perhaps go long, which he's been forced to do. Sotirio, the target, comes to ball. Fenton providing the overlap on the right wing. And a slight miscommunication with Davila. We've seen all 4 fullbacks so far getting forwards. Not shy to have a run in the early stages. Should mention the match officials today. Ali Reza Fagani in the middle, Andrew Lindsay and Greg Taylor on the sidelines. Kurt Ames is our 4th official, and Chris Griffiths-Jones in the VAR box. Let's clip forward to McLaren. Wide to Naboot. Good covering defence at the expense of a throw. Atkinson allowed to drive in field. Griffiths to Naboot. Flicked on by Berengay, and Fenton clears. Trickery on the left side, swung in towards McLaren, and he'll be disappointed he didn't get more on that.
It didn't get up early enough to play on the left, and it was a real chance. Free header, edge of the 6-yard box.
This is the league table as it stands. Melbourne City with a point will go into third. It's very tight, isn't it, Robbie? That win for Western United really puts them back in the mix.
It does, and you look at that glut from, right from Perth up to the Mariners, and it's very, very tight. You get a couple of wins on the bounce and you jump right up the table.
Gonna have some exciting matches between now and finals time. Ball finds Hemed. Atkinson robs in. Hemed, though, comes snapping back at the expense of a free kick. Tomo Hemed, 3 goals this season and 11 appearances. Atkinson took it off in there, and Hemed just snapped back at his heels. Robbie, would Ufuk be a little bit worried about how easy the Melbourne City fullbacks in particular are getting forward and making inroads into this Wellington side so far?
Well, it might be something he's quite happy to allow. Of course, you don't want them, as Atkinson did before, getting behind, but Wellington are a team that are very good on the counter, so maybe he just likes to suck those fullbacks back and open up the space for the likes of Satiri on ball to go in behind that vacant space.
Curtis Good. Reish. Good ball into Berengay. He's got himself a free kick against Alex Rufer in a good position as well. Atkinson goes early, looks for the far post, cut back is a chance for McLaren inside the area, and it's blocked. First real side of goal for Jamie McLaren.
They just got bodies there to smother that dangerous situation again for Wellington.
It's Craig Noon with the cutback. A warning sign perhaps for the Phoenix. Payne. Fenton. Robbed by Gariccia. Now here's a chance for McLaren. Again on the edge of the box. Jamie McLaren twisting and turning. Ball just running away from him.
And they got bodies back. They got away with that a little bit. 1-on-1. They were 2v2 there, Melbourne City. It was Fenton that lost the ball on the halfway line.
Gariccia. Noon comes in field. Griffiths. Here's Reish. City enjoying the lion's share of possession. Carving open a couple of half chances. Here's Naboot. Looking to carve another one open. Runs into McGarry on this occasion. Berengay. Noon might strike one with the left foot. Stuck in the palms of Oliver Sale.
Well, they worked it well again. Combinations around the penalty box, and Noon gets it onto that favourite left foot. Comfortable save for Sale, but giving them a lot of space in and around that penalty box.
Well, we mentioned earlier, Robbie, that the neutrals probably don't want to draw. If the Phoenix have lacked a bit of consistency in recent games, they do have a win-loss draw pattern in their last 5 matches. If it's to continue, this one will be a draw. If you believe in those kind of things. Noon. Good turn in the penalty area here, and a real chance for City again. Both Wellington Phoenix fullbacks struggling at the moment.
They're knocking on the door, Melbourne City here, and that cross.
Naboot on the edge of the box looks to fire one goalwards again.
That cutback was cleared by Wellington. There was 2 blue shirts in there, and fortunately for Wellington, it found the red shirt.
Pressure building on the side. Is looking to go up to second. Sotillo chasing. Managed to get hold of it as well. He's running out of play. City don't have too bad a record in New South Wales. In the last 13 matches here, they've won 7, drawn 1 and lost 5. So don't mind a travel up to this part of the world. Payne under pressure again from Berenguer. Conor Metcalf, I should say. Apologies for that.
Good night.
Patrick Isnorbo played 76 times for this club. Real servant. One of City's big names. Switch wide by Griffiths. Chance again for Noon to run in fields. You wouldn't say Phoenix are living on the edge just yet, no, Robbie, but they're edging closer.
No, that's Craig Noon again, cutting in, this time on his right-hand side, edge of the penalty box. You can't keep giving them opportunities like that. I think that one might have hit McLaren.
Good finds Garuccio. Noon is hugging that touchline. It's Raish. You know as well as anyone, Robbie, when you're running down that wing and you feel like you've got that fullback beaten, you will go and go.
Yeah, it's confidence, isn't it? You'd enjoy it. And, you know, for the team that's having that success, just keep giving them the ball.
There he is again. Phoenix have dropped deep. Everybody behind the ball at the moment. Atkinson comes in field again. Looks for the run of McLaren, and it's a good one if he can deliver from the byline towards the far post. Noon stealing in. Get much purchase on the header, but the strike's come out. It's taken a deflection. Half-hearted appeals for handball. Still not away. Naboots drives it gowards. Another deflection, and that one was even closer. That had Oliver Sale worried.
Yeah, 2 entries into the penalty box there, and Naboot, Davila was worried about giving away the foul. Took the strike on, hit it pretty well. Atkinson's ball, McLaren loves that run. Inside right channel, diagonal. Noon slightly behind him, and still they couldn't clear the danger. Big deflection there. And it eventually came to Naboot. Big deflection, took it past, and Sale was very concerned. Flashed past that far post.
Struck Alex Rufer. City goes short with the corner. Swung into the penalty. A real chance here, and nodded in by Curtis Good. Unmarked in the 6-yard box, and City have the goal that their pressure deserves.
Yeah, and it was just mounting pressure. The last 10 minutes. That big deflection from Rufer gives the corner away. Not his fault, of course, but I think what will disappoint Ufuk Talay is it's a set piece they concede from.
First of the season for Curtis Good, only his 3rd goal at this level as well.
Good delivery. Curtis Good, that's far too easy. It just gets the better of Payne, just too strong. Doesn't even have to jump in the end, just nods it, angles it past Sale. No chance for the keeper, no one on the post.
Beautiful delivery. I think we had the obligatory check to make sure there was nothing untoward in the challenge by Good on Payne, but it was just too strong. The central defender. It's fair to say that had been coming. What have the Phoenix got in response? McGarry. Nicely done by the fullback. Can he deliver towards the far post? He can. Fenton had made the run from the opposite fullback position. And Phoenix have a corner. Bright response to going a goal down.
Yeah, it was good defending as well. Tracked the runner, gives away a corner, but it could have been more. Fenton coming down that blind side. This is Atkinson, isn't it?
Yeah, a bit of
contact. Contact with McGarry. It was accidental.
Doesn't look in the best of ways, does he? Hasn't moved since that clash. He's clutching the back of the leg as well there, Robbie. Yeah, the hamstring's gone, is it?
You gets a knee in there, doesn't it?
There's a sore.
So hopefully for him it's not a tweak. It's just, you know, the contact, and it'll be over nasty cork in there, but it's not the kind of area that you want it from.
Well,
very sensitive, the hamstring.
Well, while Atkinson gets some treatment, let's pop down pitch side to Mark Bosnich.
Yeah, good evening to everyone who's watching here tonight. Fantastic start, you have to say, by both sides. We know that, but then especially Melbourne City, who are really taking football to a different level. We've seen some great teams in A-League history. Here's that injury here. For me, it seemed as though McGarry goes into him, that he corked him. But if you watch it very, very closely right here, I think you'll find he starts looking at his hamstring, so that could be trouble there for Nathaniel Atkinson, which would be a shame. But coming back to Melbourne City, we've seen some great teams in A-League history. The Brisbane Roar team, the Melbourne Victory team that held 3 trophies, and the substitutes being ready, and obviously Graham Arnold's Sydney team. But this team obviously haven't won the trophies that those teams have won, but the football that they play is amongst the best that we've seen. In terms of, you know, you spoke about before as well, Russ, about the problems that they're having. If you Wellington with the wide players, if you watch them, and this must warm Robbie's heart being an ex-winger himself, both of their wingers, Naboo on one side and Noon on the other, pretty much hit the touchline and stay on the touchline, and that creates an issue because then they have the underlapping fullbacks, which usually go to run into those positions that are left open by those people hugging those touchline, and unfortunately Nathaniel Atkinson is going to have to come off. So it really is wonderful to watch, but they've got a bit of a test now because one of their key players have had to come off injured.
Yeah, Nathaniel Atkinson's evening is done. Not a bad replacement though. Scott Galloway, 158th time he's come on to play an A-League match. It's a huge amount of experience, Galloway. Off the bench on this occasion. Straight into defensive duties. Clayton Lewis with a left-footed delivery for Phoenix into that 6-yard box. City get away with it. Galloway's first involvement. Berengay. Galloway.
Yeah, just watching Atkinson walk away, it doesn't look good, does it? And I think Boz is right. The contact wasn't on the hamstring, so it could be worse than first thought, or what I first thought.
Not good for Atkinson. Not ideal to have a replacement so early either, but that substitution doesn't lack for quality. McGarry into the penalty area. Chance here for Hemed, who brings it down and couldn't quite get enough sting in that left foot drive.
Yeah, it doesn't get the power. Did well to chest it. Just dropped over the head of the defender.
Been on the peripheral in the first half of this first half. Tomer Hemed. We've seen his quality this season, though. 3 good goals. Here's Naboots operating from deep. Resh, nice ball that. Here's a chance for City. 4 in this attack against 3 red shirts at the back. Noon. Only McLaren in the middle at the moment. So they're all coming in now. Noon goes goalwards, far post, real opportunity, and somehow Andrew Naboots has not made it 2-0.
No, he couldn't control it at the back post. Not sure if there was a hint of offside, but no flag. Open goal, and he was stretching for it. Wasn't an easy one. I think Noon was shooting there. Naboot gambled at the back post and just couldn't control it. And he'll be disappointed that he didn't score there.
Almost got too much on it, didn't he? If he'd got a little bit less on it, he probably would have scored. Andrew Naboots, he's disappointed. I think you're right there, Robbie. I think Noon was having a proper goal there. And it came at a fair old rate of knots to Andrew Naboots. City inches away from doubling their leads. Craig Noon has started well, and he's causing them all sorts of problems down that left flank.
And he keeps cutting inside as well. For Fenton. Now he's left-footed, but he has scored with his right foot. You want to show him the line rather than let him come inside, especially when you don't have cover.
Here is Fenton. Payne comes square. Laws can find McGarry. Nicely done that by Laws to put McGarry in a little bit of space. Can't find his way past Scott Galloway. 7th appearance of the season.
Yeah, right.
Good talking, Scotty. Good talking.
Laws. Payne. Rufer. Ball. This is better from Phoenix. McGarry. Ball. Rufer again. Fenton out wide. Goes short to Davila. To prompt and probe and find a way through this City rearguard. Well organised at the moment.
Yeah, nice and compact, little space between the lines. Davila trying to find some of that.
Lewis. Here's Rufer. A bit more pace in this attack. Here is Davila. Going to ghost his way through. It's come off Galloway and it's fallen for Fenton.
He just got himself in a bit of space there, Davila, but the gap closed quickly, didn't it?
Still Phoenix press. McGarry. Lewis finds ball. Bit of space in the area again, and it's snuffed out pretty quickly. Just Sotirio on that occasion.
Yeah, I think got himself into the penalty box. I think he's trying to hit that on the turn. Defender was well positioned. Can they have some kind of response from a set piece? Hammett is an obvious threat in there.
Lewis has had a couple of these now. Deeper delivery on this occasion. So he deal with it again. Davila. Fenton. McGarry finds Lewis. He's looked for Sotirio, and for a moment it looks a little bit dangerous. Good ball in that from Lewis.
And Garuccio, well, he dealt with it well with it in the end. He's pedaling backwards. He wasn't sure what to do, and when you're not sure what to do, head it away from the goal, away from danger, and give a corner away if you have to. Maybe not across the face of your goal, but
the fifth of the evening for the Phoenix already. Only 25 minutes played. They might be trailing, but it's their turn to try and get on the score sheet. Lewis swings it in. Cleared by Griffiths. Might come out for Lewis again. Clearance isn't good. It's only fine McGarry. And here's a break on for Melbourne City, led by Berenguer. Not his best layoff. And ball, credit to him for the recovery tackle. Phoenix do have a league-high 6 goals from outside the penalty area. Ulysses Davila accounting for half of those, so maybe that is the way through. The line went up from range and hope for the best. Sotirio goes down. Davila picks up the rebound. There's a chance for Hamed.
That's good defending from Curtis Good. And Melbourne City didn't use that counter-attack as well as they might have there. As Austin Griffiths burst through in the middle, and his ball to Berenguer, or to Noon rather, was too soft, and Wellington replied with some more pressure, which they've been building now for 5 or 6 minutes.
McGarry with a throw. Gets it back from Lewis, a bit short there. Robbie, do you think Ufuk Talay must be delighted with the way his team have responded to going a goal down? Obviously not pleased to concede, but
no, but he'd be a lot happier than he was in that first 15, 16, 17 minutes where Melbourne City controlled the game. The last 5 minutes they've built some pressure themselves.
Yeah, guys, it's been a good spell for Wellington. One little thing, Craig Noon and Andrew Naboo, despite their early success, have swapped sides. And they're doing it from an attacking. I just wanted to see when they started having some possession again, where they do exactly the same thing they have done. And just on that Garuccio header, absolutely spot on, Robbie. If the ball's on your head, even if there's a shout from a goalkeeper, defender should always head it away. Take no chances in that situation.
Berenguer finds Galloway. Reish kept 4 clean sheets before his injury with Nuno Reish. Just brings that calming presence, the 30-year-old, doesn't he, to this Melbourne City defensive line. Phoenix looking to get out of a tight corner. Austin Griffiths goes across with a header. Davila. City looking to do things sharply in the front third. Their club game 6 record winning streak came to an end on Thursday. They gave up the lead. It was the first ever loss they had against Western United. Remarkable good side to bounce back though, Robbie, because that's what happens in football, isn't it? Yeah. You don't win forever.
No, you're a good side, you generally do bounce back. They've got sights on the top of the table. Of course, you know who's on top of the table. Just continue to amaze people. Central Coast Mariners.
Calling it the Cinderella story, but it's been 15 matches now and they're still there.
Real deal.
McGarry. Under pressure from Noon.
Good pass.
He's found Lewis. A pocket of space to work here, perhaps, and Hemed's come deep to help out Fenton. Lewis again. There's a bit of space for McGarry on this near side if they can switch the ball quicker. The good ball instead down the middle to Poole. Couldn't get a better of Raish. Galloway, that's a poor pass. Roofer is side down here by Rostin Griffiths, and a free kick in a prominent position for the home side.
Yeah, Rostin Griffiths saying that he got the ball, but he got both. Good cut out from Roofer, read that pass well. It's definitely a free kick.
No cards issued by Fagani. A real opportunity this for Phoenix. Hemed's over the ball. Lewis is there as well. So Hemed's eyeing this one off.
He certainly is, and the question is, it looks like Lewis, does Lewis win out? He's the cross option, and Hemed is the strike option.
The left foot of Lewis or the right foot of Hemed. Tom Glover needs to be alert to either or. It is going to be Hemed's. That was never really going to trouble the goalkeeper, but didn't have enough dip.
No, too straight as well, so not a great hit from Hemed.
Bozzy, you're down on the sideline there. What's much movement on the benches from the two coaches so far?
There is a little bit of consternation from Melbourne City that Wellington had a good spell, and as I'm saying that as well, just coming out of that free kick, Naboo and Craig Noon have swapped sides again. And I think that's basically down to the fact that the spell after Atkinson went off injured that Wellington had was a little bit concerning for Melbourne City, considering the dominance that they had earlier on. It seemed to be working so much more earlier on. Like I said, with both hugging the touchline, those fullbacks underlapping rather than overlapping, I think, you know, had Wellington basically all over the place. But look, regardless of how good a team you are, the opposition team in football are always going to have their periods. It's just important, obviously, they concede during that time.
Here's Noon, deep cross towards Naboots. Can he keep it in play? He can. Plenty of blue shirts to aim for in the penalty area if Galloway can load something. Metcalf. Noon. Turns and goes. Noon drives it goalwards. It's not going to threaten Oliver Sell on that occasion. Been the bright spark of the Melbourne City attack in this first half, Craig Noon. 5 goals to his name in 13 appearances this season.
And that's why he takes the strike on. He's full of confidence. Scuffed that one.
City's goal scored after 17 minutes by Curtis Good. The header from a corner. It's a solid header as well from Griffiths. This is going to fall for Garuccio. Noon ahead. Garuccio off and running. Looking for the run of Noon. It's a good one as well. Into the penalty area again.
It's a bit of defending. Couldn't stop the ball to Noon, but the defender read it enough and he was close enough to get an effective tackle in.
Fenton's had a busy night so far. We've only had half an hour. Of got forward as well, to be fair to him. Here's Lewis. There's McGarry on the left flank doing exactly the same. Ball making the run. Chance for him to go at the City defence. Raish standing strong. Again, they've coughed up cheap possession, and there's a huge amount of space here for City on the break once more. And it's Noon running at them. It's McLaren, and it's beautiful block by Tim Payne.
Fantastic challenge.
And again,
Tim Payne.
not once but twice. Griffiths.
You saw what Noon was trying to do, just set Jamie McLaren. He was going to take it first time, but Payne read that, and it was important he did.
Raish finds McLaren. Tried to stud it through, and he lost his footing slightly at inopportune moments. Been a lively encounter though. It's been a good watch from the main. Laws sizing up his options. It's probably not the best pick. He's found Griffiths.
And he's been superb in the centre of midfield, Roston Griffiths.
Metcalf, the ball's half cleared, only as far as Belengay. The Frenchman goes down into the challenge. No penalty, says Ali Reza Fagani. Big call, that one.
Belengay stressing that there was contact. The only thing I ask there is, he's past his defender. Why does he go down if there's no contact?
We'll see in the replay here. Was there a little nibble there from McGarry? VAR will check it, of course.
Looked to be contact. Or does he go down too easy?
As you say, though, Robbie, why do so if you're past your man and you've got a shooting opportunity?
Yeah.
Florent Belengay is imploring the referee to have a look. He might talk himself into trouble here. They did have a VAR check and they said no penalty. I'm sure those in blue don't agree. Coming forward again, though. Nodded clear by McGarry. Rufer picks up the pieces again. Pressure's on from Belengay. This time he's penalised. Bozza, from your opinion down there on pitch side, what do you think? Was that a penalty?
Well, first thought was it was a penalty, and looking at the replay, only the one replay, just really confirmed my first thought. Obviously waved away. The best view on the park, first and foremost, is from the referee and then followed by the VAR. But we're going to have a look at that one again at half-time, because, like I said, that was my first thought, and Robbie's exactly right. Why would he go down when he's gone around him? If you look at it closely here, look, he's late there, McGarry, and he clips him. It's a penalty as far as I'm concerned.
Almost gave himself up as well, didn't he, McGarry, with his reaction after the challenge, threw his arms up straight away. The man in the middle said no.
Yeah, I think they got away with one.
VAR agreed. Keep giving away cheap possession at the moment at the back, and it might come back to bite them here. Noon, the boot unmarked, real opportunity here for Belengay. Great save that from Oliver Sale, plunging low to his right to palm it round the post.
That's a really good save. Belengay, if he hits it with more power, he scores. There's just not enough power on it. Lay back, set up beautifully for him. You see, he sort of scuffs his shot into the ground, so Sale's got enough time to readjust, but still a very good save. Fingertips at full stretch.
Another presentable opportunity for Melbourne City goes begging. That man in your picture's not had a real look at the moment. That swung into the near post. Cleared by Hemed. Lined up by Garuccio. Fizzes it goalwards.
Decent strike, huh? Technically hit it perfectly. Unfortunately for him, straight at the goalkeeper. So that did have plenty of power. Wellington, the positive for them at the moment is it's only 1-0.
Can't keep turning over possession, though, especially in that final third. Belengay under challenge, this time from Lewis. Now it's a chance for Phoenix to perhaps break with Davila. Ball outside him. Hemed in the middle. might come here for a chance, and it's 1-1. Buried by Tomer Hemed, and the Wellington Phoenix are back on terms.
Well, it's a brilliant break. Berengay's dispossessed in the middle of the park, and off they went. David Ball did very well. And Thomas Glover, he gets a hand to this, but because there's so much power behind the strike, he can't keep it out. He can't get a strong enough hand onto it. And Melbourne City should have been further up. There's the dispossessed Berengay, and they're away. Davila just plays in ball, cuts it back, and he comes in on the penalty spot. Too much power behind it. Glover, although he gets a hand to it, can't keep it out.
Great approach work from Ball, and Hemed is on hand for his 4th of the season. And the Phoenix, after perhaps dodging a bullet at one end, have drawn themselves level at the other. Well, we're hoping for a bit more goalmouth action than we got last time we were here against MacArthur. We're certainly getting it so far. 5 minutes to the break, 1 apiece. It comes off the back of us talking about how Phoenix were coughing up cheap possession, and City did that and were punished.
Yeah, it made them pay, and that's Melbourne City's problem. They should have been at least 2 up in this game. Chances they've created, but now 1-0. Wellington's still well in the game, and they've just proved that. See what that does to the momentum of the game.
Rufer. Switched wide to McGarry. Laws. Looks for Hemed, the goal scorer, goes down. Play on. Griffiths. Metcalf. He's down with an injury, out of shot. Here's Noon.
And he's holding his head.
Swings it in. Yeah, you'd surprise the referee's not stopped this one. Sotirio has to go it alone. Hemed getting gingerly to his feet at the bottom of your screen there.
And he's looking to the 4th official, saying it's my head.
Yeah, usually in this day and age, that's called up pretty quickly by the officials. Payne, Rufer's touch. Here's Fenton. Rufer again. Davila. Fenton. Some promise in this attack for Phoenix. Hemed wide. Davila. Ball. And Lewis slows things down. Davila. Rufer. Good run outside by Fenton. Can he deliver something into the penalty area? Pulls it back. Griffiths was there. Berengay tried to lift it over the head of Lewis. It's going to find its way to Naboot, who will stretch the legs and get away from McGarry. The runner outside here is Noon. Real chance here is pulled back in to McLaren. Again, good defending from Wellington Phoenix needed to be. Danger's not over just yet. Noon going at them again. Asking a bit much on that occasion.
Well, 4-on-3. And they broke quickly, and Noon attempting that first time ball across the face of the box, and was well defended. Defender got into the perfect position because McLaren was just behind him for a tap-in.
Here's Raish. Metcalf. Davila robs in. Now it's 3-on-3 at the other end. Sotirio off and running. Davila outside him. Sotirio twisting and turning. Just a bit too much, and a good recovery from Connor Metcalf.
Yeah, Davila's not happy. He felt he should have played him that ball, and I think he's right. But great tracking back from Metcalf, who's now on the ball, going forward.
He's found his preferred outlet this evening, which is Noon. Griffiths.
Oh, it's been a cracking first half. End to end.
Plenty of chances and the promise of more to come. Good. Griffiths. Touch wide from to Galloway. Here's Naboot. Skips past McGarry. Looks for Berengay. Can he pick someone on the far post? Metcalf coming in, got the header. McLaren battling for it. Penn wallops it clear. Only as far as good.
Nice sharp movement around the box as well in the boot, and a bit on gate.
City ending the half as they started it on the front foot, but must be aware of this counter-attack that Robbie Slater spoke about at the top of the broadcast. Here's Hemed. Lewis. Davila, who's come more into it over the last 10 minutes. Raish was there. There's Davila winning it back as well and getting to his feet. Fenton running outside. Good was down in the heap for a while. He's got himself back up. Davila lining up from range. It's Phoenix's turn to try and end the half with a goal. McGarry. Ball. Lewis. Rufer. Left it a bit short now. Metcalf can bring it away. Does well there, Connor Metcalf. And he's found McLaren in a little bit of space here and a chance for him to run at Payne. Jamie McLaren into the penalty. Jamie McLaren! Of course it is! Golden boot chaser, goal-scoring machine. A baker's dozen for the season, 13 in counting, and an erring finish from Jamie McLaren.
Well, what a strike. And again, dispossessed. I think it was Davila got a ball played into him that he didn't really want. But what about the work of Metcalf? He was outnumbered in midfield and he still found the time to get a great pass out to McLaren. And Payne's done the right thing here. You must show him the line, but that is a sensational strike. You can't let him come inside, and if he hits it across the keeper, then you hold your hand up, and that's exactly what he did. That is a quite brilliant strike from a man at the top of his form.
Goals in 6 consecutive games came to an end on Thursday night. Maybe there was a touch of frustration in that finish as well. There was some sheer venom from McLaren. And he moves on to 13 for the campaign. Super finish. And as you said, credit to Metcalf as well in the middle of the park. Congested area, making space for himself. And Phoenix, who were looking strong, have it all to do again. Two minutes of time added on, as you can see. Always a disappointing time to concede in stoppage time, and a great time to score, of course. Hemed brings it down. Davila, bit of space for him at the other end. Can he create something? Sotirio tried to wrap his foot around it, couldn't get the corner. Well, more of the same, hopefully, Robbie, in the second half.
Yeah, exactly, but I think you touched on Ufuk Talay will be absolutely filthy. You know, in stoppage time, and they concede that goal, and they gave the ball away needlessly in the middle of the park. There's still a lot of work to do for first Metcalf, and of course the quality of the strike from McLaren was top draw.
Well, they may have dodged one with a penalty decision. They haven't dodged one with Jamie McLaren's goal. Right on the interval, it's the goal that separates the two sides. Curtis Good gave Melbourne City the lead with a thumping header early on. Tomer Hemed brought Wellington Phoenix level, but it was Jamie McLaren. Of course it was Jamie McLaren. It's nearly always him in first half stoppage time, which means at the break it's City in front. Here in Wollongong, it's Wellington Phoenix 1, Melbourne City 2. Let's cross pitch side to Bozza for some half-time analysis.
Thank you very much, Russ. I've got Nuno Resch here with me. Nuno, fantastic first half, but still only 2-1. It's close.
That's it. We conceded a goal. It's our mistake. So I think we now go inside to talk to each other, to see what we can improve, to get the third goal and to control more the game.
Sometimes it must be difficult when you're playing so well, but you look up at the scoreboard and it's 1-1. From a mental perspective, how do you keep telling the boys it's okay, we're doing well? How do you go about this?
We just continue doing what we've been doing last few weeks or maybe last month. Just trusting our process and keep going, because play like this will be closer to win again.
You know, go inside and listen to your manager.
Thank you very much.
There you go, everyone. 2-1 here at Wynn Stadium in Wollongong to Melbourne City over Wellington. We'll be back after the break with Robbie Slater and myself to discuss the events of the first half.